Hey, nobody. Let's play that intro again. All right, take two. How's that? How are we doing?
That worked. What's up,
All right,
Jim?
we'll just keep playing the intro till some people come in. There we go, Mario and Jim on bass. All right, let's put the link in. It's going to be a small crowd tonight, man. Hey, yeah, Mario, let's have him go. Casey Schmitt, 4 for 4 with another big blast. I love it. I mean, this is what gets you excited about is seeing your farmhands come up and be successful. I mean, this guy's a player. You could see it. I mean, I don't know if he's going to hit 300, but at least he's having some excitement and he's showing he's a gamer. And, he's going to be in this lineup, I think, just basically every day. So I don't know what that means for guys like VR. You got to figure that Schmidt's going to play when Crawford's in the lineup. Schmidt's going to either play second or third, and if Estrada's playing
Mark,
second,
I was thinking the same thing. I think there's going to be a lot of number 6s going to be sold here real soon.
Yeah. Look at he might be the first jersey, and then maybe Kyle Harrison will follow.
Maybe.
Lou Marson says, "Imagine if the Giants weren't so cheap, we would have had Casey all year. Thank Farhan and Larry, useless bear." Yeah, come on, you guys. Guy's 24. What do you just bring him up? You guys have it's just ridiculous. No, we're putting Schmitty in the Hall of Fame. Not yet. No.
Hey,
like
Jim,
I said, who knows if he's going to hit 300, but at least he's a young guy that brings some somebody to get behind, because we don't know. Like, I just read an article today about Jock Peterson. There's an article out that says maybe the Braves might be interested in, trading for him again. I don't see guys being here. The guys that are signed for a year with 2 years and an opt-out after this year, you can't get attached to any of those guys. But you can to guys like, Joey Bart, if they play him every day, and Casey Schmitt and Kyle Harrison and guys coming up. That's what's going to turn this thing around. They're not going to turn this thing around with their free agent signings. Forget it.
Exactly.
Their free agent signings aren't doing much for them. Right now, Giants are in the bottom of the ninth. It's 6-0. Giants got 4 in the top of the ninth. But they've got 2 men on Arizona, and it doesn't look like there's anybody out. So wouldn't that be something? So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, looks like Cole Waite's a little wild, 3-2, so he's 1 pitch away from loading the bases with nobody out. That would be, typical. So, Lou says at least Casey brings us hope after 3 years of hearing about our farm system.
Yeah.
All right, so we grounded out first for the first out of the inning. Runners move over to second and third. Lou asked, did I see the article on attendance? Yeah, Giants attendance is really suffering and going down and down. People just aren't showing up. There's a lot of lost interest.
Yeah, that was a good article.
Yeah. But tonight, Alex Cobb gives 7. What was it, 7 in the third, or what did he do? Let me look.
Yeah, 7 in the third. Yeah,
7 in the third shutout innings. Alex Cobb and Logan Webb. They're pitching like 1-2 guys, and
they are.
And DeSclafani, he had a rough first inning, kind of his first rough outing, that first inning the other night. but he settled in. If you can get some quality starts, you can stay in games if you're not giving up runs. But again, I'm not till I see them string together, 4 or 5 wins or 8 out of 10, a couple of 15-5 type stretch,
right,
where they
winning series.
where they start getting over 500. I mean, they're still chasing 500. They're 16-20.
Exactly, and we're almost in the middle of May here.
Yeah, so you've played 36 games. You're coming up on 25% of the season here after the end of this series. So at the end of this series, you'll play 40 games. So you're 162 game schedule. So you're almost 25% into the season, and you see some patterns of things that are, need to be corrected, but I don't know if they have it in them. So, gosh, Waits is another 3-2 count on his. This is what his.
Well, Waits wasn't doing well in AAA, so
this is his 4th batter, and he's gone 3-2 on the last 2 that I was watching, and then the other 2 had. There's a base hit up the middle, 2-run score, so it's now 6-2, or did they hold it? Yeah, 6-2. 6-2. Kapler will dick around here and end up having to bring Duvall into a save situation.
Yep.
Their bullpen is atrocious.
Yeah, the bullpen is the weak link right now.
Yeah. So, like I said, Lou says at least Casey brings us hope after 3 years of hearing about our Farhan system. Is Schmitt for real? 8 for 12 in his first 3 games. I don't know. Like I said, who knows if he'll be a 300 hitter? Pretty tough to hit 300 in the majors, but you can see the ball player in him. The fact that he looks different to me. He's fast. He looks different in the field. His swing looks good. I mean, he's going to struggle once they figure him out up here with, probably, making contact. They'll figure out his weaknesses and they'll exploit those. He'll have to make adjustments. But, he's hit at every level. So that's a real
He's got
plus.
A bit of a track record, yeah.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and put the link in here to the chat if anybody.
Yeah, I see. I don't know if Jim on base is still around, but yeah, I guess he's over in New York City.
Jim is?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He said hello from the New Jersey train tracks, headed back into New York City from the land of the Bruce.
Well, anybody wants to join, I just put the link in the chat. Come on in. We're not going to go long. I got to, probably go 30, 40 minutes total, and definitely not going past 10. So wouldn't that be something? The game goes extras. We're sitting on here for be pretty tough. Diamondbacks need 2 more runners to bring the tying runner to the plate. 1 out. Fortunate. Oh, Duvall is in. That's great. Brought him in. Yep. That's it. Yeah. I guess Kapler figures you can't mess around. So Cole Waits gave you a third of an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 base on ball so far. So 2 hits, almost walked 2 guys, or 3. So now Duvall's in, facing. He's very high with his first pitch, facing the catcher, Moreno. Is that Gabe Moreno? Is that his name?
I'm not sure.
Gabriel. Yeah, he goes by Gabe.
It is, okay. Gabe. Same.
So, yeah, nobody's picked up Mad Bum. I see a comment in here. Guess Mad Bum's done. No one's picked him up, huh? On waivers?
Yeah. Maybe he decided to say, you know what, I'm done.
That's really
He's getting
weird.
his money. So.
Yeah. So 1-1 to Moreno right now. And one thing that's nice about this pitch clock is they get it in pitch. You know, there's no
yeah, there's no messing around.
I'm not sure if I'm going to like it in the playoffs. I like drama.
I hope they adjust it for the playoffs.
I sure hope so. I hope they, instead of 15 seconds, make it 20 and then maybe 30 with runners on base, because it's tense,
Right.
So,
especially when it comes time to when if you lose a series, that's the end of the season. So
yeah, Duvall just struck out Moreno on a slider that was ended up way outside. He went chasing. So 2 down. I'm gonna hit the Dbacks Giants game on Saturday night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's pitching?
I don't know if it's been announced yet.
Oh, wait, you said Saturday? I think that's Gallon. Gallons. That's Gallon's start, I think.
Zach Gallen. Let me take a look.
So.
Zach Gallen, Major League Baseball, Saturday. Giants, D-backs. It is DeScalfani and Gallen, yeah.
Oh, that's going to be you're going to see a good game.
Yeah. So we'll, anyway, 1-1, 1-2 now to Alek Thomas. Barry Music Lens says it looks like Minaya is going to be an expensive bullpen pitcher next year, $15K. Yeah, no reason to opt out of that. Is it 15 or 13 next year? Not sure what the cap is. I'll have to look that up under Cots. He struck him out with that looked like a fork ball or something, the old fork ball. That thing to a left-hander, it started down the plate toward the middle, and it just kind of tailed off to the outside.
Wow!
I haven't seen that.
Changeup then, maybe.
Maybe it was a changeup. Yeah, they used to call it a fork ball when it did that. It's like
fork ball.
So Giants win the opener 6-2, move to 17-20. Diamondbacks fall to 20-18. So Giants were only 1 game out of last place, by the way. Colorado's been playing some pretty decent ball. They've been, chasing the Giants.
They got some serious injuries. Their starting rotation getting hit.
Yeah. So Diamondbacks go to 20-18. They were 3.5, ahead of the Giants. Now they are 2.5. So we'll see what happens the next 3 games. Barry of Music Lens says 0-2-4-3-2 San Francisco Giants. I don't know what that 0-2 means, but 15 million. It may be. It may be that he's because I know it was a $25 million contract. I thought it was 12.5 each year. Let's take a look at Cots and see what's happening in Cots with the contracts. Cots, come on. Let's see. Cots. What are we doing here? Huh.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see Schmitt come up and do as well as he has. It's pretty amazing. In AAA, he was doing okay, but man, he's hitting for some power and getting his signals when he needs to. I mean, he's doing, and of course, playing great defense.
Right. Yeah, Giants are 13th again in in contracts.
13th.
So, 13th in baseball. So when I look at, let's see, Minaya, where are you?
But what do you think? Yeah. I mean,
2-year, 25 million, 23, 12.5, 24. He's 12.5 million. I was right. Yeah. 12.5 million next year for Minaya and Stripling. So if they both don't pick it up and don't opt out, come back, that means they didn't have. If they come back next year, that means they had a lousy year. They're not going to market. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. But Giants win tonight, 6-2. Casey Schmitt, Alex Cobb, the story. Casey Schmitt goes 4 for 4 and is now batting a meager 667. Earlier, 8 for 12. But, so we'll see. I mean, that average can go up and down very quickly when you don't have over 100 at bats. So, So, obviously, he's not going to hit this way, but it's a great way to start, your rookie career. Hey, let's see what he's.
So what do you? Here's the question. So, what do you do with JD Davis? Because he's swinging a good bat. Is he?
I would consider looking at JD Davis making being the DH. I like Flores as a pinch hitter, kind of more, spot start.
But JD could hit righties too.
Yeah, JD Davis is hitting 295. He deserves to be in the lineup. I don't know what you do. Maybe you end up putting him at DH at times, and maybe you trade Jock Peterson. It's $19 million you're paying Jock Peterson for not a ton of production. Not a ton of production. So you could probably get something for Peterson as well. And you might be able to, JD Davis, you might be able to get something for if you really wanted to get somebody young and who was, a player.
Right. I see what you're saying.
I mean, maybe
we got him on the cheap though. That's the only thing.
Yeah. And his let me see what JD Davis contract is signed for. JD Davis is, let's see, Gray. JD Davis, $4.2 million this year, $4.2 next year.
And you don't want to trade that
away. Wait, 4.2 this year. Arbitration eligible number 4 next year, and then he's a free agent in 25.
Okay.
So you really got him under control for next year. Arbitration, his salary would go up if he continues to play well. But, those are guys you might, he is 29 years of age. And actually he's 30. Take that back. He's 30. So he'll be 31 next year, 32 when he hits free agency. The Giants just need to get younger. And if you can trade guys that'll bring you young, good talent that's, ready to contribute, where guys that are, kind of like guys that Washington got some guys in the Soto deal. You see some of the other teams that have made some big trades that get guys that are ready. Lou says, Dan, the Giants' key is staying close till the end of May. Look at the schedule. Tough, and road is really tough. Yeah. Oh, and Eric L says, is Wiggins out tomorrow? He's listed as questionable. He's got a rib that might be cracked, I guess. Same injury that Kevon Looney had last year and missed one game and then played through it with some pain. So not good timing. If he's out, then you just kind of hope it's even and Davis is out for a game. No, I wasn't at the game tonight. I will be there Saturday night. Too much going on. I'm not going tomorrow night with the Warriors playing, game 6. And if there's a game 7, I'm definitely not going Sunday. So we'll see. Yeah, basketball. Philadelphia blew it tonight, had a chance to wrap up the series. That's going 7. Denver is going to win tonight going away. They're crushing Phoenix right now in the fourth quarter, 121-96. They're up by 25 with just 2 minutes to go in the game. The Suns in their season on their home court 2 years in a row in being blown out. Last year, blown out by the Dallas Mavericks. This year, blown out by the Denver Nuggets. I think there's some big changes coming in Phoenix. I don't know what happens, whether that means DeAndre Ayton gets moved or if they still stick to trying to build around Durant and Booker. Most likely they're going to have to stick. They're signed, so they're going to try and rebuild this thing around Booker and Durant. But they gave up a lot to get Durant, and it killed their bench. And so the Suns are going down. So it's Denver on to the Western Conference Finals, and they'll either face the Warriors or the Lakers. So, yeah.
I love it. Remember good old Jarrett Parker?
Oh, yeah. He had three home runs in one game against the A's.
I called him Captain Jack Sparrow. He looked just like him.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's too bad, Mitchell and Ness. Sorry you got to go to a funeral, and that's too bad. Hopefully not somebody super close to you, but any funeral's tough, but they're even tougher when you're in their immediate family. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, 443 foot. He crushed that. Yeah. Lou Marston says he's our Roy Hobbs. At least we can believe. Yeah. I mean, at least you have somebody.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe if they took a little bit of page of the Dodgers, remember I sent you that link about.
Oh yeah, Vargas and what's the outfielder? Outman. Yeah, they're doing well.
You got the Dodgers who got these. You got Freeman, you got Betts, you got Muncy. You got all these guys, but you also are infusing it with some 1-year deals, which is cool. Nothing wrong with 1-year deals as long as they're supplementing the young guys that are also coming up. So they kind of got a nice recipe of what to do. And, you think maybe the Giants would take heed, but the problem is you got to get some free agents, and that's the difficult part.
I'm looking at this roster.
Imagine if you had like someone, like if they were able to land Judge, and then you have Casey Schmitt coming up doing his thing, and Luciano and Matos, Harrison. I mean, you had a makings of something big there, but they whiffed on it. And
I'm looking here at the 40-man roster. Am I? What the heck? Where did Luis Matos go?
He's not on a 40-man?
He was. They're not showing him. Yeah, they protected Matos. Luciano's on there. Where the heck is Luis Matos? Something happened, or do they got it screwed up? Transactions, let me see. They certainly wouldn't expose him to coming off the 40. That would make him.
Let me see this.
I don't know. They've got to have a mistake on there.
Yeah, maybe there's something wrong with their.
There's something wrong. I was just gonna. I was gonna look and see how old Matos was. I can look it up another way, but I don't see him on the 40-man roster. Let me count how many they got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I like what you said there, Nick. Yeah, I didn't think Schmidt's bat was up to par yet either. It's kind of interesting. He gets up to the big team and he's producing.
That's weird. I don't know what happened to Luis Matos. Why he's not listed on the Giants website on their 40-man
You know
roster.
what? He's not. I'm looking right at it too. Wow.
I know. What's this? There's 43 guys on there, and a few of them are on 60-day IL, so that they don't count against the 40. So
yeah, I'm looking at the outfielders, and I do not see Luis Matos.
Let me see what's going on here. Luis Matos.
Huh.
There's another Luis Matos who played for the Orioles. I don't know how they didn't take him off the 40. They can't.
They couldn't. I don't know what's going on, but that's weird. I'm looking on the MLB website, Giants roster 40-man. For outfielders, I don't see Luis Matos.
Yeah, and he was on there. So let me look at the transactions and see if they did anything in the past. I'm just going down this thing. I don't see anything. It's got to be a mistake. It's got to be a mistake. They didn't, because if they remove him off the 40, he then becomes eligible to be
right
picked up because he's I don't know. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. But anyway, so, Giants can only hope that they got some guys that will, come up and infuse young talent, because I think people will actually show up to start seeing young kids play if they're playing every day.
I think so.
If you got some Luciano. I mean, what's interesting is Schmitt is playing short, and so does Luciano. And then they, Schmitt can play third, but so does Davis. I mean, right now the odd man out looks like David VR. He looks like a guy that, he's hitting in the ones. He's not hitting well at all, and Matos is in Richmond. We know that, but he was on the 40-man roster, which means he could be called up to the big club at any time if they needed, an outfielder or bat, even if it was just for one game. They don't have to make any roster moves as far as on their 40. They can move somebody off the Giants 26, send them, someone like a Cole Waits or a Brett Wisely or a David VR. They could send those guys right down to Sacramento and bring Matos up. But I don't see him on the 40, and so I'm not sure what the heck's going on. I'll figure that out. I'll check into that and see what's happening. What else? What kind of other comments we got tonight? Mark Hope says, "Hey guys, wow, the Casey Schmitt era is off to a great start. He flashed the leather, the arm, and hit another bomb. I'll definitely go to the park to see this kid." Yeah, start selling number 6 jerseys. Somebody said they should. Who was it that said, oh, it was FP Santangelo that said something about give him Vita Blues number 14 or something?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's kind of.
You don't want to do that. Let him make his own way,
Yeah, 6 is a great number. Wasn't that Lou Gehrig's number? No, was Lou Gehrig 4? Or was that Babe Ruth 4. Was 4?
No.
Well, what was Babe?
Ruth was 3.
3. Gehrig was 4? Somebody big was number 6 in baseball.
5 was DiMaggio.
I'll find it. I'm trying to remember who it was. Usually pretty good with numbers. Okay, so number 6, Stan Musial. That's right. Stan the Man. Stan the Man was number 6.
Let's see who else. Mickey Mantle.
Yeah. I knew there was a couple great number 6 guys that were, all-time greats.
Rogers Hornsby.
Yeah. So I don't know who's wore 6 in the Giants. Who's been the best number 6 in the Giants? It's been Jeffrey Leonard wore number 6. Who else wore number 6 that was good? That's about it.
Wow.
I mean, Ernie Riles wore it for a while.
Bill Terry.
Yeah. Oh, Bill Terry?
Bill Terry wore number
I thought 6. They retired Bill Terry's number. Well, wouldn't it be
Mel Ott?
No, Mel Ott was.
Why are they show? Oh, why are they? Hold on. No.
Mel Ott was 4 or something.
Take it back. I thought these were all number 6. They're putting them in order.
What was Ott? 4?
Yeah, Ott was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bill Terry was where was he? He was number 3.
Yeah. They used to go with a lot of low numbers back then. It was just like, okay, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to like 25.
Yeah.
So, but probably the most famous Giant to wear number 6 was Jeffrey Hackman Leonard. Al Oliver wore it before that. Yeah, we need to start. Robbie Thompson, no, he wasn't 6, was he?
Someone's saying it. Rob C.
Ishikawa wore it for a while. Dubon had it. Pilar had it. Armando Rios had it. I don't remember Robbie Thompson wearing number 6. Trying to remember Robbie's number. Lou might know it. They saying 8 for JT Snow was 8, right? Who was let's see. Yeah, Bill. Let me see who wore number 6. Yeah, Robbie Thompson did wear it. That's right. Robbie Thompson wore that from 86 to 96. And then JT Snow took it. So, yeah, there are some guys. And then most recently, it was Your Mean Mercedes last year. And prior to that, it was Duggar. And then the guy you mentioned, Jarrett Parker, wore it.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
So, interesting that they gave him 6. J.D. Davis wears 7, and then right now, Conforto's got.
He'll ever retire number 55
for
Timmy?
For Kane or
Timmy?
Or I mean Lincecum. Oh yeah, Kane wasn't. I was thinking, yeah, double nickel was Sean Estes, and then Timmy. Yeah, I don't know.
I think they should.
I'm surprised they didn't give Casey Schmitt was number 9. I mean, Brandon Belt was 9.
One thing I never noticed.
10 was Longoria. I mean, that's not a guy that, I don't know.
But
maybe they asked Schmitt. They probably gave Schmitt a choice between 6, 9, 10.
What's fantastic about Tim is that his arm never blew out. It's when his hips started giving out is when he lost his mojo. But yeah, he never had arm problems. Would have loved to seen him pitch longer if he could have.
Yeah, he was something else. I'm just looking at some of the numbers. 15 was an available number. Last person to wear it, it's been over 10 years. 2011 was Carlos Beltran was the last.
Oh, yeah. That's
Giant to wear.
Bochy had 15. That's who wore 15.
Oh, maybe they're going to retire that.
Yeah, they'll retire 15 for sure.
Maybe they're, I'll bet you they're not going to, That makes sense. 16 the last to wear it was Rodon. Yeah, so it's different numbers. It's kind of fun. Numbers are kind of fun, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Nick. Once he had that issue with his hip, yeah, he was done because he was driving everything off of those legs to get what he needed, and it just once he lost.
Yeah. So maybe Schmitt does get into that 3 spot at some point. I would love to see, Estrada second, guy like Schmitt get some speed going. I mean, Schmidt's pretty fast. And we know Estrada can move. For a big guy, Sable moves pretty well. It'll be very interesting. 28 is going to be retired Buster for sure. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, I don't know. Giants win the first game, and tomorrow night, who goes tomorrow?
It's a kind of another nobody from the Diamondbacks. The only significant pitcher is Gallen on Saturday.
So tomorrow's Stripling versus Ryan Nelson, but both guys pitching have ERAs 6 or above. So that could be a game for some offense. But that starts at 6:40, while the Warriors tomorrow start at 7. So 7:10 usually is tip off.
Oh yeah, so it's
Yeah, I mean, Giants aren't competing with the Warriors right now because the Warriors are playing, and they're especially in this high stakes game, elimination games.
Yeah, lose and go home is kind of more important.
I don't even think about the Giants. That's how. I mean, if you're a fan of the Warriors and the Giants and Niners, Giants taking a back seat to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, they take a back seat to the NFL draft. They take a back seat.
Exactly.
Yeah. They better get if anybody of the Giants are listening, take this advice and try to make it happen. It's May 11th. You have about till the end of July to be relevant. Okay? If the Warriors are winning and keep playing and somehow get to the NBA Finals, you're not going to be relevant till their season's over.
Right.
So as long as the Warriors are playing, your fan base is half of it or better is tuned out. So you better get very creative and get your ball club winning ball games and get some exciting players before the 49ers start their season they start camp in mid-July, usually around the 20th, 15th, 20th of July. And people start really looking at the Niners, get very interested. Then preseason games start. Everybody's talking Niners. If you guys aren't relevant, if you're not in the race, forget it.
Yep.
You might as well just, nobody cares. I mean, I've been one of your greatest fans for 50 plus years. Die hard. Wouldn't miss a game. Wouldn't miss a pitch. If I wasn't in front of the TV, I had my radio on. I was listening to every pitch because even when they were crappy, because I was such a fan. But the way they've run this organization the last year or 2 or 3, they've lost me in the sense that I don't have to listen to every pitch or even check in until the game's over at times just to see what happened because there's no excitement. You've been boring.
Exactly. The only time I put them on the radio right now is when I'm outside watering the grass or something, and that's about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know there's a lot of young fans that may not understand that. And if you're not a season ticket holder, you don't understand what it's like to get royally screwed financially by the Giants. I mean, they, ask you to pay, December, no later than January, pay for the full season. And then they don't even give you, a ball club to follow. And then they start selling tickets, 501. Yeah. How's that feel as a season ticket holder?
Yeah, I've heard the same thing from you, from Sean, from Lou. Everyone is.
I mean, imagine if the 501, I know that sale's over, but if you wanted to go pay 30 games, I'm going to buy 30 games between May, June, and July, right?
Right.
And I'm going to get 2 tickets. I spent $300.
Yep, exactly.
For 30 games.
But you got season ticket holders who spent how much?
How about try 2 tickets, maybe 3 or 4 games would equal that $300?
Right.
Okay.
Crazy.
So why you're screwing up your season ticket holders for next year. So that's the problem that I have is you put everything on the season ticket holders and then you stab them in the back and then you ask them to keep renewing. No. Yeah, time for some Eddie money, right? 2 tickets to paradise. I got 2 tickets. That was a cool song in high school. Yeah. Hey, look who is in the green room. You see him?
Yeah, I see him.
Bring him on in. Bring him on in.
Tearing up the place.
It is the Giants logo. Who is that Giants logo?
Hey, Dan. How are you guys? How are you both guys doing tonight?
Pretty good, Chardal. How you doing?
What were some of your takeaways from this impressive 6-2 win for the Giants over the Dbacks in Game 1 of this 4-game series?
Yeah, I was impressed tonight. My big takeaways were Casey Schmitt, 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs, a big 2-run homer that was basically the game winner in the second inning, and Alex Cobb pitching 7 1/3 shutout innings. There's your 2 stars of the night, and
what are some of your tips if the Giants want to win the remaining 3 games in the series and sweep the D-backs?
I don't think it'll happen, but if you want to, my tips would be this: pitch well and don't strike out a lot when you're up to bat. Put the ball in play. Good things will happen, hopefully. But yeah, they got to pitch well. Lou says the Giants versus A's games is $252 each ticket. Now they play the A's when? Let me look at the schedule.
Oh my
God. They play the A's in July, don't they, at home? Let me see. It's usually July. Yeah, July. 2 games, July 25th and 26th. So those tickets were eligible for $5.
What's this? I didn't see anything about this. Is Brevia starting tomorrow?
Who knows? Kapler, they may be doing that opener crap. And
I thought, didn't they have a name in there? I thought they had Stripling in there.
They did. Maybe they're going to push Stripling.
Oh, that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to help them get through the first inning and then bring them in. Okay.
They're probably going to pitch. They'll probably have. Here's what they'll do. You watch this. They'll go Brebbia, then they'll go
Stripling.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they went like Alexander for an inning. Throw off the lineup maybe because there'll be lefties facing Brebbia.
I see.
Hey Dan, what were some of your favorite plays from today's game?
Well, the line drive to off Wade's glove that went over to Estrada, and Estrada went into the hole and threw the runner out was a nice play. Casey Schmitt's 4 hits. There's not a lot of big things that happen too much in Giants baseball. There's nothing super exciting. But that was about it. Well, Mark Hope says, remember Will Clark doing well in Houston in his first games, then he stayed hot in L.A. versus Dodgers second series. Casey kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, Will Clark in 1986 came up, hit his first at bat. I think it might have been the first pitch off Nolan Ryan. Hit it out in the center field in the Astrodome of all places, which was wild. Tough place to hit. Mark Hope says, Dan, thanks for your Giants passion. I'm in since 78. I've never been a season ticket holder, but I'm always following every pitch. Yeah. So you came up 78 back in the year of Mike Ivey was having a big year with the Giants. That was, let me see, some of the pitching. John Montefusco, Ed Halicki. Trying to remember some of the other guys that were in that lineup. Not sure if Terry Whitfield was there or not, or Larry Herndon, those guys around that time. I do remember Mike Ivey, though, coming up, having some good stuff, 78. Robert Rothberg's in the house. All right, the Giants had the best 4 starters. Not. Come on, Robert. The 4? They maybe have 3 good starters.
Hey, he says that Casey's going to lead the team to the promised land.
Who's the 4th? Who are you talking about, Robert? The 4? I can name 3.
Probably Wood when Wood comes back.
He's not one of the best. Come on. You got Webb, DeSclafani, and Cobb. So far, they've done pretty good, but let's not stretch it to 4. There's not a 4th really good starter the Giants have right now.
Okay, Senior talked about.
Vida Blue. That's right. I remember Vida Blue. Yep.
Senior was talking about Harrison coming up. I think he's got to get stretched out a little bit more. At least get up to like 5 or 6 innings, maybe.
Yeah, they're only having him go 3 2/3. They're watching his pitch count quite a bit. But we're at our 10 o'clock. Wow, 10 o'clock came fast.
It's already 10:01.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to continue, you want to keep going and.
No, that's okay. It's hard to do it by yourself.
Yeah. Hey, we got 29 in the chat.
Yep.
Let's get that up to 35 real quick. Hey, all 29 of you, if you'd hit like right now, that would be great. Just hit the like button. That will help out our algorithms with YouTube when they see that everybody who's watching likes it. It does help with the placement, YouTube, our spots. And so hit that like. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Spencer Alsey says, Webb, Cobb, Disco, and Wood. It's a let's see. I feel pretty good about Webb and Cobb. DeSclafani, I'm okay. I like what he's doing, but he can also get like what happened the other night.
Yeah, exactly. And same thing with Wood. His back. At the end of the year, he always has an issue with that back. He's kind of got a jerky delivery, so I think it puts a lot of stress on his back. Yeah. Hey, no problem, Mark.
Lou Marson says Casey needs help. They scored 4 runs in the 9th. The key is only 4 strikeouts. Exactly. Keep hitting the ball. Yeah, you put the ball. Wood on ball. Sometimes it finds a hole. Yep. It's not going to find a hole if you're swinging and missing.
Exactly.
So Mark Hope says, thanks, Dan and Eric, for the Giants postgame. Love it. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for being a member. Thanks for tuning in. Spencer Alsey says, smash the like, everyone. Yeah, 32 we're up to. Hey,
look at that, Dan. Who are you talking to? All of a sudden, you get 4 more people show up.
Yeah, keep on hitting that like. I'm still confident this team will find a way, Robert Rothberg says. Well, I'm glad you're confident, Robert. It's good to be positive. Anything can happen in baseball. As Marty says, it's baseball, right? So things can happen.
Hey, Dan, you might want to think about contacting Marty, because I know he's got a couple of milestones. Like he'll look at Memorial Day, then he looks at 4th of July, and then Labor Day as like kind of your posts of where you want to look to see what the team is doing. So maybe you want to try to give him a lot around Labor Day to see what he thinks about
that would be good. Yeah. Eric says, Dan, is baseball you're going to cover? I would love to cover some football and the NBA, but every time I, I like to do post games. I'm not, I don't have as much time. Maybe I'll find time to do a little, shows here and there, just a quick 10-minute, 15-minute on the Niners. There's so many 49er content creators out there. I will get in some Niner stuff and Warrior stuff. I'd like to really cover some college football when that starts with Cal and Stanford. I've got, another brother that's on the coaching staff at Cal for football. He played there and was, back when it was the Pac-10, he was all Pac-10 and went on to play a season, almost made the team, went down, the Minnesota Vikings, and was there, and all of camp came down to the very last cut. They didn't have practice squads back then. Otherwise, he would have been on the practice squad. But, so anyway, cover some Cal football. Val Ramos says, I hope Kapler don't ever platoon Schmitt. Yeah, he platoons Schmitt, and that's it. I'm calling for his head, and I'm calling for Farhan's head to be, if they start platooning and playing with Schmitt. I don't think they'll do that. If they do that, though, that would just be, suicide for your job, in my opinion. Spencer Stewart. Yeah, my brother played under Coach Roger Theater back in the late 70s till 77, I want to say, 79, 80, or maybe 81 was his last year. I think he had 1 year where he redshirted because he his ACL. He had surgery on that. Came out to but yeah, he was his senior year, he was all Pac-10 defensive backfield with Ronnie Lott and Kenny Easley of the Seahawks, and everybody knows Ronnie Lott. And then the fourth guy was there was Dennis Smith of USC, who went on to play safety with the Broncos, and then a guy named Mark Lee out of Washington. So yeah, he was he did pretty well at Cal. Yeah, played in the East-West Shrine game, and then went and played in the Hula Bowl in Hawaii. Yeah, so yeah. But Robert says, Dan, to be candid, you are highly regarded and respected by the players you interview. Oh, thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Yeah, I try to, I have nothing against players. I don't like to shred players personally. I like the players. They're doing their best to. My biggest issue is just how the Giants have been run with their front office.
Right.
I'll even probably give Kapler more of a break than I would Farhan. Farhan, to me, super nice guy, but,
too involved.
I don't like the way he's run this club. I don't like where they're at. I don't, Casey Schmitt and Kyle Harrison, we knew that those were the two prize guys, and we're seeing that so far in Schmitt, and Harrison's doing well. Was named Player of the Week last week down in AAA. So we've got some more guys hopefully coming up, Luciano and Matos. But those are the previous regime's guys. Luciano, Matos. I even think Von Brown was drafted by
I'm not sure about Von Brown, because I know he's a little bit longer in the tooth as well.
Yeah, so these guys are getting old. Von Brown's up there in his, I think he's 24. Schmidt's 24. If these guys are 24, get them up here.
Yeah.
Get them up here playing. Dan, do you think the Giants are a better team regardless of their record?
Better team than when? Last year, or?
Better team than what their record shows, maybe, is what he's saying. No, I don't think they're better. I think on paper they look okay, but Conforto's a guy that's had a good career, but he's not having a good year.
Yeah.
Haniger's not really doing anything special.
Peterson's
Peterson's not doing anything very special. Minaya and Stripling, not special. Taylor Rogers, not special. These are all the guys that Farhan signed. And then, Luke Jackson, yet to be seen. I don't expect a lot out of Luke Jackson coming off of Tommy John.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe next year Luke Jackson's really good. And, he might surprise and be something this year. But Farhan's acquisitions so far this year have not produced. I would say Blake Sable's been this offseason has probably been his best find.
Yeah.
The ability to see that Blake Sable was a guy that, had potential, a young guy with speed and some power and can play different spots and be a backup catcher. That's a good find. Only 25. And he traded for him. Blake Sable was the 4th pick in the Rule 5 draft by the Cincinnati Reds, and Farhan made a deal for him. So I'm going to give him credit for that.
And, I think Hankey's onto something. We kind of talked about this too. It's like I think the youth movement will create the excitement that the Giants keep talking about. Not the one-year contracts. It's the young guys,
Yeah, the young guys that's going to do it. That's going to do it. You start bringing up the young guys, especially if they are not in the race. But it's interesting. Nobody's doing that well this year in terms of in the National League, except you got the Braves and the Dodgers that are playing relatively well. But let's take a look at the standings right now before we head out of here.
Sure. While you look at that, hey, Robert, you bring up a good point. It makes me wonder if Bart is maybe taking a little bit of swing out of his swing. And he's getting more contact. He's not striking out as much, but he's also losing some power. So maybe that's one of the things that's going on with why Bart doesn't have any home runs.
I think so. Yeah, because they told him he needs to make more contact. And so instead of swinging for the fences. Okay, so the Braves are running away right now. They're 25-12. Dodgers are 23-15. So, again, they're the two teams, the class of the National League. But everybody else, the Mets and the Phillies are really struggling. Let's take a look at this wild card just to show you what I'm talking about.
It's a mess in the East.
Milwaukee leads at 20-15 or 17, 20-17. Dbacks are 20-18. Padres are 500, 19-19, and Miami's 19-19. The Cubs 18-19, and the Phillies 18-19. Mets 18-20. Giants right behind them 17-20. Giants are a game and a half out of a wild card spot. So yes, when you still have 120 plus games to go, there's a long way to go. So could the Giants make moves? Incremental moves to become a playoff team? It's not out of the question, Robert. If you look at guys like Casey Schmitt that come up, and then you have J.D. Davis in there, and then you have Estrada, there's 3 guys that are, from the right side, they do pretty well.
Here you go.
But you've got to get some contribution from the lefties. You've got to get you're getting it from Wade, but you got to get it from Conforto and Peterson. And then Yaz is out. Slater's out. Slater's out probably for another 3 to 4 weeks.
Maybe
that
longer.
Hamstring, maybe longer.
It's the same hamstring that's been giving him issues too.
Yeah, it's the one that gave him issues coming out of spring. And so that's not a good thing. Yaz's hamstring, he said he felt a pop. I don't know what the update is on him. I would expect the rest of the month, just if you're thinking, don't bring him back early to have it re-aggravated.
Senior brings up a good point. Same thing you talked about. Depending on where the Giants are at the trade deadline, you could trade JD and get some.
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be opposed if Casey Schmitt and then you got Luciano coming up, having those guys on the left side of the infield. if you could get something, if J.D. Davis stays having a good year, if you could get like a top, maybe somebody's interested in third baseman that's a guy that's under control for all of next year and not a free agent until what did I say, 25?
Yeah, I think you said 25, yeah.
So, maybe you could get, a top 25, top 35 prospect for somebody like that, that's because he can hit and he's also playing really good third base. So you never know. But I want to see, the Giants get younger, more athletic, speed, So Slater's out, Yaz is out. It's interesting. Those are the two guys that they were going to have center field. Now they're playing Bryce Johnson, Brett Wisely, Cal Stevenson. I mean,
great!
You got to get an everyday center fielder.
This is an issue that I've been talking to you about the last few days.
He may return tomorrow, by the way.
So what? So here we go. What do we do with? How do you handle him? Because he isn't doing much.
Yeah, he's not doing much, but you're going to have to play him. I think, unless
Eric, if there was one word that you could use to describe Casey Schmitt, what would that word be?
Ooh, surprised. I honestly, I did not see this coming. I thought he was going to get some hits and play some awesome defense, but I didn't expect the power that he's showing. So surprised is probably the best word I could describe right now.
So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because it's gone a little longer than I thought. 10:15. We've gone an hour and 3 minutes.
So Madison Bumgarner is currently a free agent right now. Are there any teams that would want to pick him up, or they're not?
Evidently not. Otherwise, I think he would have been picked up. But if somebody gets an injury to one of their starters and they don't have much depth behind it, you might see somebody take a shot at him. But I don't know.
Hey Dan, I was really hoping that I could come on your channel and we can do a Giants postgame show together. Just you and I, chop it up, talk Giants baseball.
Yeah, maybe we could do that on one of the afternoon games or something that's coming up. Let me take a look at the schedule.
There's a game on May. Can we do the game on May 17th at 12:45?
May 17th.
And they play the Philadelphia Phillies at Oracle Park.
That'll be a good game.
Let me see what my schedule is. Make sure I don't have any pending appointments. Yeah, that's next week. That's next week, isn't it? We might be able to do that, Chardal.
I really want to do because I love to collaborate with other San Francisco Giants, 49ers, and content creators.
Somebody in the comments says
that's pretty good, Eddie.
okay.
That's very flattering for somebody to make a comment. I'm highly flattered. I appreciate whoever said that comment in the live chat.
Yeah. Mark Hope says, "Hey Chardal, what about Eric?"
It's all good. You guys are the channel guys, and I'm just kind of like I'm the sidekick here.
Yeah,
I'm Robin.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see.
I'm Robin, man.
maybe we'll start out for a little bit doing a 30 minutes and I'll bring in Eric or something.
Oh, that's good.
Getting platoon. All right, hey, are you a lefty? Do you throw left-handed, Chardal?
I bet left-handed.
I knew it. Okay, it's a platoon.
There's the platoon.
We're gonna platoon you and Eric.
Man, I just got Farhan. Holy shit.
You're getting platooned. Robert says he feels neglected. Robert, you're welcome to come in anytime, man.
Hey, what do you guys mean by platoon?
Platoon, righty lefty. You know how the Giants platoon their hitters? They bat lefties against right-handed pitching and right-handers against left-handed pitching. So Romo's going to have to sit the bench, but in the third inning, I'll have to yank you out, Chardal, and put because.
Hey, Dan, remember last year when I came on acting like Flores?
Hey,
because
Eric.
I got platoon?
Yeah.
Hey, Eric. Buster Posey should be the owner of the Giants, and then Brandon Crawford should be the manager.
There we go.
All right then.
There we go. Hey, well, thanks to everybody in the chat who's been in here. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'm going to be on with Larry on the Krug Show, post-game Warriors-Lakers. Probably will not be a Giants post-game. What we could do, maybe we'll do a pregame.
Hey, Eric, how many points do you think Stephen Curry is going to drop in Game 6 against the LA Lakers?
Oh, man, you're asking the wrong guy. Ask that to Dan. I
Hey,
don't know.
Dan, how many points do you think Stephen Curry is going to drop in Game 6 against LA?
33.
Nice number.
Yeah. 33 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds.
Dan, I really love your show, and I really like that you have so much knowledge about all various sports.
Yeah. Well,
Warriors,
thanks, Chardal.
49ers,
Hey,
Sharks.
yeah, I appreciate it. Maybe we can get together next week, like you said, on the 17th. I'm going to let you go, and Eric and I are going to close out the show. But thanks, Chardal.
Thanks for having the Sports Network. I love this network, and I'll look forward to doing that post-game show with you on May 17th. That's going to be fun. Collaborating with you for the first time. That's going to be an honor for me, and hopefully we can make that happen.
All right, Chardal. Hey, thanks.
All right, Chardal. I'll make sure I
have a good night.
The knife out of my back before I get out of here.
Make sure to join in the live chat. Ask any questions you have for us when we're on the post-game show.
All right. Have a good one, Chardal. Thanks for joining.
See you later. Have a great one, guys, and keep on rocking on with the show.
All right. Thank you. All right. Chardal from SG Sports Channel. And what else we got here? Dan, do you think Iggy takes Wiggins' spot? Ooh. If Iggy is available, that's interesting. I wonder if he's going to be available. Hopefully Wiggins is able to play. What else we got? Okay, I'm not going to put some of these comments up. So, all right. Mark. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining. Robert says it's 1:18. Now it's 1:21 back east. He can talk Giants baseball all night. Well, you're going to have to come into the chat sometime. Click on the link, Robert, and come on in. We will be back. I don't think I'll do a show Saturday because I'm going to be at the game. Maybe I'll do a pregame tomorrow night about 6 o'clock if I get if I'm up to it. Maybe we'll come on. I'll let you know. Maybe we'll come on and do a pregame, do a little pregame Warriors coverage and Giants coverage. So maybe we'll do that for 45 minutes or so.
Sure.
All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for joining. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And appreciate you all being here tonight. And you guys have a great evening. And we'll hopefully maybe see you tomorrow pregame, maybe around 6 p.m. Go Warriors tomorrow and go Giants again. All right. Everybody have a great evening. Sorry, shout out to the great Chardal, Mark Hope says. We'll end it on that. Good night.
See ya.